pull everything anymore from this box. God then elevates us to a new level of leadership when we can pull people together from different cultures and learn how to work together. And let me tell you one other thing about this. Being multicultural doesn't mean being colorblind. How many people can see the colors in my shoes? If you can see the color in my shoes, you're not colorblind. See, you can either appreciate it or you can hate on it. But you will not be neutral. Because you're not colorblind. Well, colorblind people, when they say we want to be colorblind, what they're saying is, I want to be neutral. I don't want your color and your culture to have influence on my culture. And so let's just all be colorblind, aka don't bring your stuff in here. And then what happens is we become more multicolored. So if I were to take some of your shoes and I put them up here, maybe a pair of black shoes, a pair of white shoes, a pair of tan shoes, and maybe some blue shoes. And if we set them next to one another, we might be happy to think, wow, we're multicultural. No, multicolored, because just because you come together in the same shoe closet doesn't make you multicultural. Multicultural means when you are stitched together in such a way that if you were to break the stitch, you'd break the whole shoe. So an advertiser, I'm on the radio in Washington, D.C., an advertiser came to me and came to my office, and he saw the Gracism poster on my wall that my publisher gave to me, which was the title of the book, Gracism, The Art of Inclusion. He looked at that. He said, David, I can make shoes with every one of those colors. And so he went away, and they literally fit my feet and took the picture, and guess what they did? 30 man-hours, 6 weeks, deer leather on the outside, calf leather on the inside, stitched one letter at a time, hand stitched, took the picture and began to weave together the different colors that were customized just for my feet. And it's so woven together like you were woven together in your mother's womb, that if you take one stitch and pull it out, you're actually destroying the whole shoe. And I'm just believing that a multicultural organization is a group of people who are stitched together. They don't just sit together in the same shoe closet called the church. They actually do life together in such a way that their culture and their lives, their hurts and their pains are stitched together, woven together. And once you are stitched and woven to someone who is Puerto Rican or Ethiopian or white, West Virginia white baby, or Indian or Korean or African American, once you have a team and a group of people whose lives are interconnected and woven together, I realize that my life is stitcher. The stitch is stronger, and I am not colorblind, I'm colorblessed. Yeah. And then I find out that I'm not just colorblessed, I'm colorbound. And my life is bound together with others as a result of this. Okay, let me close out by telling you what I think the next frontier is. There are 2 areas that I think that if we're going to take multi-ethnic ministry to the next level, 2 areas we got to think about. I won't give you the answers from now because we don't have time. But one is going to be the gay issue. Got to figure that one out. Got to talk that one out. Got to listen that one out. You're going to have to work on that one. I'm telling you now. You don't hear me now. Come back and see me in 10 years. If you don't do that and you're just violent or silent on the issue, your church is not going to have the stitching that's necessary. So you got to come to unity and address that issue. So that's the first one. That's what I did my workshop on. But here's the second one, and hear me. I believe that soon in our future, whites will become the minority in America. They're the newest minority. Now understand that whites in America have never, ever been the minority before. So they don't know what that looks like and what that feels like. There's going to be fear that is generated. And what's going to happen is the white community is going to split in two different directions. One, you're going to have whites that are going to try to hold on to the past, and they want to get back to the America they used to have. And then you're going to have these new diverse whites. Many of you are here today. And the new diverse whites are the ones who have woven their lives with other people so they understand the human connection that's bigger than patriotism or nationalism. And they understand that this human connection is important. And as a result, I believe that the new bridge builders are going to be people who help new diverse whites move forward, and old whites who are threatened help translate so they too can move along. Because what's happening, there's going to be more militias than there's ever been, more shootings than there's ever been. And we've actually watched this happen in our culture. And I'm saying to you this, when I tell my personal story, which I've not done today, but when I've told my personal story of being 9 years old and having a cross on my front yard when we moved, I told that story on TBN. Within a week, I got a letter from someone, which I won't read now, that just reminded me that there's going to continually be an old guard of people who feel threatened because they've not ever lived in a world that they didn't control. I can't control whether my kid goes to college or not because those people now have affirmative action. I can't control whether I move in this neighborhood or that neighborhood because there's this and there's that. This is going to be the new frontier. And it's those who are like you, a diverse group of people who will help whites. Whites helping whites and everybody else helping whites. Our goal, I need you as white folk who are white. If you're white, just wave at me. I'm white and I'm proud. Okay? All right, look. Listen to me. My time is up, but please listen to me. If you are white, we actually need you to be bridge builders to help us. And you're going to find family members and friends and church workers who don't get it. And you're going to be able to build bridges in ways that those of us who aren't white can't. And so I need you to get equipped so you can do this for the next frontier. You're the new diverse whites. You've got to help the older ones get along. Now, everybody else, whatever ethnic group you are, especially blacks, because we're on the other end of the white-black male continuum, and everything else is in the middle. But many of the other ethnic groups, the one thing you're going to have to do, and then I'll leave, the one thing you're going to have to do is forgive. Especially African Americans. Amen. This is a word that has not been spoken with positivity every time I speak it, especially when my own establishment, the background I come from, whenever I speak this, I get called into hotel rooms by the black caucuses of those groups. And they say, how dare you make white men cry at the board of the table, talking about forgiveness. But I'm telling you, there's a group of people that God is raising up that says, I'm sick and I'm tired of holding on to that old stuff. Let it go and let God do what God